Hi, I'm Dr. Christine Hanlon from the University of Central Florida, here to talk to you about how to create a poster. Nowadays, you don't need arts and crafts skills, you don't need glue, you don't need markers to create a poster, though you could go old school. But nowadays, most posters at conferences are created using electronic tools. So today we're going to talk about the tools that are available to you and how you can create a poster for a poster session at a service learning showcase or a showcase for undergraduate research excellence or even at an academic conference. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open that up, and let's go ahead and take a look at what we have in terms of our options. So with creating a PowerPoint presentation, I would open up PowerPoint itself. I would not use Google Docs version of PowerPoint. I would not use a version of PowerPoint that was created for a Mac. PowerPoint was originally created for PC. It works best for PC, and it has a lot of incredible features on PC that are not available in other ways. So definitely try to use a PC. I highly recommend that. So I'm opening it up with a PC. I'm going to open up a blank presentation. And knowing that we're going to put this particular poster on a trifold board that's a traditional size of a trifold board is 36 inches in height and 48 inches in width. A traditional trifold board is 12 inches on each side, and the middle is 24 inches. So it's 12, 24, 12. So we want to keep that in mind as we're creating it. So the first thing what we want to do is we're going to create the poster background. And to do that, and to keep in mind that when you're creating a poster using PowerPoint, you're just making one single PowerPoint slide that's going to contain your entire poster. So the first thing that you want to do is go to the design feature here and go to slide size. This is very important. You want to make sure you're using the right size when you're creating the poster. If you have to change the size later, it may change where things are oriented, and you don't want to have to deal with resizing things later. So go to custom slide size, and for the width, we're going to select 48 inches, and for the height, we're going to go with 36. Okay, and this one we don't have to worry about that too much. We don't have anything on there yet that's of importance. Now I do have a couple of text boxes here. This is from the original slideshow that was opened up. It's just a new slideshow. You could use these to start formatting your poster. So you could say, okay, I'm going to use this one for my title. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move it up to the top there. This one, maybe I'm going to go ahead and do as a sidebar. Let's see, create this, make this a little bit longer. I'm going to move it over to the side. There we go. Now, one thing that I've done here is I've enabled the ruler already. To do that, you go to View, and you click on this right here for ruler. And the ruler you want to have on there when you're trying to make sure that you have the right size boxes and everything. So one of the things that I first do when I create a poster is I make sure that I know where my margins are. So I know where the creases are going to be on the trifold board. On the trifold board, like I mentioned, it's 12, 24, 12. So here we've got the 12-inch marker. You want to make sure that you are adhering to that. Now, I usually say I go a little bit in, because you want a little bit of space between that crease. Okay, so this is going to be sidebar number 1. And I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to paste it. Oh, we didn't mean to paste it that way. I pasted it the wrong way. Right click, there we go. That way I can edit it. And I'm going to bring this one over here. And if you notice when I grab it, there we go. There we go. It makes that line. Do you see that line up at the top there? That shows me that it is in the same sync as this one here. So that is nice. So you know that they're aligned. They're the same height. So we've got sidebar 1, and now we've got sidebar 2. And this one I'm going to check, and I'm going to move this over just a wee bit here, closer to the edge. And then I'm going to take this and move it right there. And that way I'm not going into the crease part of the board. Now, you can do it this way. This works. And then you can do different things with the background. And so if you right click on it and format background, you can go and you can find all kinds of different types of backgrounds that you can use. Maybe not those ones. Those are kind of, let's see, there we go. We've got a graphic. Maybe we want to do some kind of a texture in the background. I would say don't get too busy with the background though. You want it to be fairly standard so it doesn't distract from your images and your words. But there are lots of things you could do in the background. You could import a picture and put the whole picture as your background. I've seen people do that before. That gets a little busy. I had somebody do that with trees. Now they did it with trees, and they had the picture in the very background. And then what they did was they took each of these text boxes here and they went to format shape. There we go. And we went to solid fill. And what they did was they made, so the background was the image. And then they just changed the colors of these so that the leaves would pop out from the background. That works. There we go. Maybe I want to do this same. There we go. And then maybe they put another one here. And then you still see the leaves around the edges of the boxes. So there are lots of different things that you can do. The key thing is you want to make sure your title's big. Maybe not quite that big. What size is that? Whoa, that's really big. That's too big. But we'll talk about that in class as well. But this is one way you can do it. You can do it all yourself. You can create everything yourself. You need to really make sure you have the ruler open to make sure that you have that correct. The other thing is to go to design and go to slide size and make sure that your sizing is correct, because if it's not correct, it's going to mess everything up later. It'll make your life so much easier if you do that in the front end. That's one way you could create a poster. Lots of different tools that you can use from there. Another way that you can create a poster is if you go to the poster printing page in the Burnett Honors College. They give you how to print a poster using their services. But down here at the bottom, they have this poster printing templates. And they have a couple of different templates that you could use. They're good, but my issue is, how many people do you think are using these? A lot of people probably, yeah. And so do you want to have the same poster, the same look as somebody else? I mean, it's cool poster, but do you want it to look just like the person next to you? You probably don't want that if you want to stand out, right? So you might want to consider choosing something different than that. That's an easy way around it. Now, I do want to bring attention to the fact that they say the poster is formatted in Microsoft PowerPoint as a 35 by 47 slide. That's so you have extra margin space when they print. They have printed for us 36 by 48 without any problem whatsoever. If you want to be on the safe side, you could go with 35 by 47. They just give you a little bit of a larger white border back on the poster itself when it prints. So just a note about that. The other thing you could do is you could just go to Google and you could type in, let's see, poster template. And I've already done this before, so it already has it here, 36 by 48. Always put the size in. There are lots of different size poster templates out there. And there are lots of different poster templates you can find. You can find them in Canva. You can find them for PowerPoint. PowerPoint's probably the most popular one. And you'll find them all over. They're all over the internet. And a lot of them are free. Like here's one. This is posterpresentations.com, free poster templates. And there are some that are expensive. You have to pay for them because they are different, right? But most people go with some of these traditional ones that you see here. And you can see there's different sizes. So you want to make sure that you're choosing the correct size so you get the correct PowerPoint template. We'll wait for that to come up. You coming? Here we go. There we go. And see, this one gives you a quick start guide. So it gives you instructions and some tips about how to format the sections. And this one is divided a little bit different. So if we look at it, it is a good trifold board layout. It's got 12 on the side. It's got 48 in the middle, but it's organized so it has two columns. And then it has this one column over here. And is it to the 12? It is. It's a little close to 12 for my liking. If I were using this template, I would probably see if I can format it a little bit. Let's see if I can do that. And if you can't see it, like now I'm having a hard time seeing it, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it bigger. So I'm going to go with 50%. There we go. And see, now I can see it a lot better. Oh, enable editing helps too. There we go. Let me get back to view, zoom. There we go. And now I can see it a little bit easier. And I can take this and I can move it. See that? Now, some of these PowerPoint templates that you'll find online, They do not have the ability to edit boxes like this one does. This one's kind of nice. Let's see if I can edit this back box. I don't think I can on this one. Okay, so it's letting me do the background of the slide, but not this text box right here. So if we look at this, or not text box, the auto shape that it's got at the top. Nope. Yeah, this is embedded in there, so you can't change this color. Can't change anything about this. Now, if you wanted to change that, what you could do is you could go a little old school on it. And I'm just going to insert a shape. There we go. We're going to make another box right over it. And this one, I'm going to change the color up so we have a different color. And this one's going to be, let's do it yellow, just so it really pops out different. And then I'm going to, if you hit the control key and you hit the up arrow key, you can move things a lot smaller in PowerPoint, in smaller increments. It needs to be a little bit wider so I can really cover it up. And again, you can zoom in and then you can see it a little bit better. I'm also going to take out the, oh, where's my outline? Fill, where's my, line. No line. There we go. It's up to you if you want to have a line there or not, but you see how easy it is just to cover it up. It's not the end of the world. And if you want a text box on here, you're going to have to insert a text box, which you should, because you should have a title up there, right? Oh, that's really small. I know I wrote title twice. I'm aware. I'm just showing it to you so you can see that you can put a text box up there. And again, if you want to see it better, you just zoom it in. There we go. Now we can fix that. Oh, I had a big eye too. There we go. You can see it there. So easy stuff. The hard thing is when you have a text box here and then you have this auto shape here, sometimes you might go to grab the text box and it's hard to grab because you grab the outside box instead. So it gets a little bit tricky in that regard, but it's okay. Now let's say you want a specific color and you're like, oh, you know, I've got this logo. Let's go ahead and let's pull up a logo for demonstration purposes. I don't want to lose that yet. We'll go here. Logo, Planned Parenthood. And I'm using Planned Parenthood because I know they have a very specific color pink that they use. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm in Google Help. Let's Google logo, Planned Parenthood. Where's that pretty pink? They have a pretty pink logo that they use. Images. There it is. Okay. So this is the logo of Planned Parenthood. And I would always make sure you're getting it from a better source than this. Make sure you're getting it. In fact, you could go directly to the website. Let's just do that. Okay, here we go. This one gives us the Southwest and Central Florida one, which has a new purple color that's not pink. Okay, well, most of you are working with this organization, so you could use that. Let's see, it will not allow us to take the logo. There are lots of ways you could take the logo. You could use the snipping tool. The snipping tool sometimes affects the quality of the image. It just depends. I'm going to use it because it's quick. You could also use other programs for that. Let's see. There we go. We've got our logo. Let's put that over here. Yeah, look bad. Looks pretty good, actually. There you go. I'm going to put it over here. And again, if you want to make small incremental changes, Control and then the arrow key will make really small changes. So I've got that there. Well, let's say I want to make, let's say this right here, this shape here, I want to be the same color as this. So I want to do a solid fill. And I'm like, well, gosh, I don't have the color. What you can do is you can use this eyedropper here. And that is available wherever you're looking at colors in PowerPoint. In this version, you've got to use the PC version. And you click on eyedropper, and then you can see my little eyedropper guys in the middle here. And he changes his little box of color depending on what I have it over. There we go. I'm going to take that purple, and it makes it purple. Look at that. Now you're going to have to change the color of the font because it needs to pop, but you don't want to have colors that are complementary. You want contrasting colors so you can see it. And here we'll go ahead and we'll zoom it in so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, you can't even see that. My lighting's not helping here. I can't see if I grabbed the font or not. Maybe there's nothing in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. And I changed the color. So you want to think about how you use that. And those are some really good tools. The other thing that you want to take into consideration, which is really important, is when you are looking for slides of the templates for PowerPoint for posters, you want to make sure you're paying attention to size, but you also want to watch the formatting. So most of these on this page appear to be in the typical trifold type of a setup. Other sites, though, you will find are different. So let's go ahead and let's go to a different one. Let's go to this one. Is this one going to charge me? We need a 48 by 36. There we go. This one also had the option of trifold guides as well. Oh, that's not working. Let's not do that one. Let's try a different one. Open up. Oh, that one seems to be in a trifold as well. Sometimes you'll find them that they're in thirds. And that's okay if you have a flat board that you're going to display it on. But if you're going to be hold the board up, and that's the purpose of having the sides flap out, right, is to hold the board up, then you need to think about that. You might want to duct tape a box on the back of the board to hold it up. You'll need to put some weight in the box for it to work. But as you're looking, make sure that you don't have something that is in thirds. Sometimes we'll see that. I'm not seeing it on this first page. The other thing you want to think about is this first page is where everybody goes. So what are the chances that this first link, even though it's got lots of good options here, what are the chances that somebody in the poster session that you're going to be presenting in is going to have the exact same poster template? It's the first link in Google. Yeah, it's pretty... Yeah, a pretty good chance that they're going to have it. Now, with the one that I chose that I started using here, one of the things that you noticed was I made changes to it, though. So I made a different color box at the top. You want to be careful. You want to make sure that you're using good color guidelines for that. But you can change it up so it does look different. I would use the logo of your organization, if your organization has one, on the poster. That is a very wise thing to do. Now, if you're using UCS logo, so if you go here to Google, and you go to UCF Logo, it'll give you the website. UCF's Logo and Identity System, the UCF Brand and Style Guide. They're very serious about their brand and how it is used. So make sure that you review this and make sure that you're using them properly. They do give you downloads, so you can download things, but you want to make sure that you're using the Pegasus symbol properly. You don't want to just Google it and grab it off of Google Images. That's one of the biggest things that you can get in trouble with at work in the real world, is you can get a copyright infringement for doing something like that. So you want to be very careful about how you're using images. The photos that you're using on your poster should be ones that you created, and you create the best photos when you're working with your organization. You take them yourself, use those, crop them appropriately, and use them on your poster. There are no rules for the posters. You can have certain sections, not have certain sections. Kind of depends on which award you're gunning for. If you were looking to do the reflection award, then certainly you're going to want to make sure you have a reflection section on your board. But it's really up to you. There are no rules here. Sometimes breaking the rule makes you cool. So have fun. Create your poster, but also set a time limit, because you can lose yourself in a poster and spend hours working on a poster. And there's no joke about that. You really can do that. But have fun, create a poster, and good luck with the Service Learning Showcase.